created many beloved superhero universes, from dressing the King of Wakanda to scoring dramatic superhero battles. Our award-winning panelists have done it all.
Yes, and having been a part of one of these amazing universes, I'm even more excited to learn how you guys all took the script towards what we saw on screen. It's a real honor to have met you all and to be here with you, and I think we should just jump into some questions.
So going down the line for our first question, starting with you, what is your favorite part of helping to craft a superhero or world?
It's interesting. Legion is sort of less of a superhero and more of a mind trip of a show. For me on that particular show, the greatest thing is just having a wide open palette and being able to just support the emotional storyline, which is, I think, the way we really try to approach the storytelling in Legion. It's really about the relationship between David and Sid, and how this main character tries to just go through his world without knowing what's real and what's not real. So it's really more about like having a very open playing field, and really liking the sandbox I get to play in.
Yeah, similar to what Jeff said on Runaways. Thanks, Jeff. I'm done. On Runaways, we made a concerted effort to just say, look, the music on the show is going to help tie in the emotional connections between these characters. And the word that comes up more often than not is the word grounded. We want the show to feel grounded. And so playing up less of the superhero-ness of it and playing up more of the relationship side of it keeps us invested in these characters in a different way. It makes us emotionally connected to them, and I think that's been my approach on Runaways, which I've loved. And yeah, getting to score you is just awesome.
Hello. The Jessica Jones theme, it was sort of like meeting a person. Like when you meet someone for the first time, when you're getting to know them as their personality. And the script had her very smart-ass kind of right away. And she's also the early images I saw were her on fire escapes and in dark shadows and in the alleys and stuff. So the first thing I remember thinking when I read about this character, who I didn't know about in the animated comic series, she just reminded me of a cat. It reminded me of a kitty cat. Yeah, because cats are cute, but they can also be very, very... And I hope you'll forgive me, but I found my father's... He gave me this melodica when I was young, and I found it in the garage. And so when I found the first 3 notes of the theme, I played it on this, and it was like this. Isn't that playful? It sounds like the... It was sort of like my dad gave me this and he said, hey, you might reach for it when you can't fire up your computers, and I do. So
that sounds like a cat.
That was a kitty cat. So it started, the very first ink dot on the paper was the idea of a cat, and then we followed it through 2 seasons, so I'm really happy to be here at the end of the 2nd season.
So awesome.
How do I follow up with that? I don't have anything to play.
Acapella.
Wakanda. For me, the most exciting part was to fuse a new world in Africa, as well as make it relatable, to make this African king, T'Challa, also a superhero, or the other way around, make the superhero also an African king, make the women, the Dora, very relatable as well as fierce. There weren't many of them, there's only 10, so to create a costume that felt like there were 50 of them by making them bright and infusing also culture so that you can look at their uniform and feel like it was something that was passed down from generations and noble in a lot of ways. So creating the whole world of Wakanda was really my favorite part and the most exciting.
Following up,
universes. I think the most important thing about the shows that we do in collaboration is to keep the look and keep the feel very grounded and very authentic. That is actually the premise of these shows, translating from the comics to live action. And one of the most exciting things that I feel that I do, that I'd say the most exciting thing, is to imagine what the fans are going to think, and to take these characters from an illustrated comic image to a live action human being actor playing these characters and making them extremely relatable to the audience. Our characters, our superheroes struggle with their abilities, and they struggle with their pasts and the tragicness of what they've gone through to get to the place they're at now. And I've been very appreciative of the response of the fans that seem to feel that we're all collaboratively making it feel seamless in a way, from the illustrated look to the live action on television.
To add to what Stephanie's saying, I have two exciting things that it just fascinates me, the process of seeing an illustration and bringing it to life, especially in the New York 21st century, the nitty-gritty that the Marvel Netflix shows are based on. And I actually talked to a fan last year at New York Comic Con. He waited after a panel and he told me that he's been a fan of Luke Cage since the 70s, the comic book. And he said that seeing Luke Cage season 1 brought him back to his childhood, and he really felt that we depicted the characters, Luke Cage and Misty Knight and everyone else, really accurately. And to me, I mean, I'm so proud to contribute to that. Makeup to me is enhancing the story. I don't need to show off. It's just part of the process, collaboration with Stephanie.
Thank you.
That's
Okay.
fascination.
Jeff, I'd like to ask you, you're constantly creating new worlds within very well-known universes like Star Trek and Fargo. How do you acknowledge the original films and shows while still creating a unique sound? And also, how does that differ from working on a show like Legion?